Hello, happy Sunday, everybody. I am just making sure that we're all good and we're live, and it's not showing up. So let me see. Do you guys, I see there's some comments. Do you guys see me in the purple shirt? Let's see. I'm waiting for some comments. Can you hear me now? I think we're good. Sweet. Good afternoon. Yes. Okay. There's like a 6-second delay. So I'm sorry if that seemed annoying, but welcome everybody to day one of the Creativepreneur Summit. I'm super excited to jump in and start. I feel like it's Christmas morning. I never made the good Mommy Claus, Santa Claus, where I had to keep all those presents a secret because I can't wait to dive in and explore all of the fun sessions and then hear about your guys' business. As usual on my lives, I love to act like Oprah and be like giving stuff away. So we're going to pick someone from the comments. If you are needing some help with marketing and branding, shout something out in the comments about it. But we're going to pick a winner towards the end of this session, but we're going to pick a winner because I have an ebook that will help walk you through a bunch of the things that you need to know to organize your brand so that you feel like when you go out to do some marketing, you'll have a clear understanding of what to do. And at least it will get you started. And then the more you do it, the better, easier it will be. And then who knows, we might even give away a VIP pass. All right, so and we're picking both of those winners from the comments. So throw some hearts, throw some, yes, branding. I'm a newbie. I need all the help I can get. I love it. But today we're going to talk about 20 things I wish I knew before I was a full-time creativepreneur. If you are, as you're jumping on, let me know, as you're watching, let me know kind of where you feel like you're struggling, what session you're most excited about. So let's get the chatter going. Okay. If we have not met yet, my name is Chelly Ontis, and I am the host of the Creativepreneur Summit, and this is my blog back here. I was trying to do some crafting this morning, but I had too much stuff to do, so I'll have to go clean that up here in a little bit. But I started the blog in 2016. I saw a Pinterest pin that said, hey, if you start a blog, you can make $5,000 a month on residual income. So that income that comes to you while you're sleeping. I was like, well, you know what? I super duper loves $5,000 a month. So I jumped in, taught myself WordPress, taught myself some SEO, taught myself some blogging stuff. And I was doing graphic design and marketing since 97. So after 1997 for you young folks. And I closed that the end of February. I do marketing, graphic design. I do marketing consulting, but I don't do newsletters, brochures, social media management for other companies. So that's kind of my story. And with that, there's been, I want to call them some major roadblocks that I feel like once I got through them, they made a big difference in my business and a lot of other little tidbits I learned along the way. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to pass these on to you guys. You don't have to take 27 years or, 7 years, 8 years to go through this. There are a lot of people commenting that marketing and branding is something that they're really struggling with. Oh, Sarah, our winner, is back. Hello, Sarah. I think a lot of it, one of them comes from overwhelm. So I'm going to throw this one in, then we'll jump into my list of rapid fire 20 things to pass on to you guys. But I think a lot of times we feel like I'm not a marketing guru. I'm not a marketing professional. But the thing is, you don't have to know all the things about marketing. You just need to know how to market your brand. And I think that's where the ebook that I have comes in handy, because I kind of break it down. You plug in how your business fits in there, and then you can roll with it. All right. Let me jump in. I made notes. I'm really good about making notes and like, here's my plan and here's what I'm going to do. And then I get on live and I just kind of word vomit all over everybody and just say whatever I'm thinking. Amy says she's looking forward to Joelle's session. It's very calming. And I think if you guys need a little break, find a nice little happy place to go listen to that one. You will love it. Barbara just ordered the 2025 planner. Yay! I'm so excited about it this year. I was really leery about adding tabs. And the planners I've had, I've always found them annoying. So this is this year's planner, which you can still get digital. We just don't have any of the printed ones left. So then I went and did these little bitty tabs, and then I labeled them with initials, and then I have to do like the monthly song in my head to figure out which one's what. But anyway, I digress. So I was like, you know what? I don't know. I think they're kind of annoying. I don't think people really will miss them that much. We did a survey. Everybody but one person that filled out the survey said they wanted them. So I put them on there and I made them small. And you know what? I like them more than I don't like them. So the new 2025 version of the planner will have those. And then it's coming with an all new course. So we just dropped the link here in the comments and you guys can grab that because as a summit attendee, we are having a sale. So I always do a pre-order sale as we're getting them printed and finalizing. I have to finish proofing. So, all right, let's jump in. If you guys have any tips along the way, I love the community, the Facebook community. We should even drop that in the comments. You have to be registered to get in there. So we have that, but the community in there and the way everybody is chatting and supporting everybody, it's just a super nice, we were just talking before the live started. It's just a really nice group of women. I think there is even a couple of males in there, but they're just a really supportive community is where I was going with that ramble. Okay, let's dive in. Let's go rapid fire. 20 things I wish I knew before I started my creative business. Number 1, decide to do it before you know how. And then be 200% all in. And you know what? I guarantee you will figure it out. So that was one thing I always tried to put into place was I need to know how to do this before I decide I'm going to do it. But once you decide you're going to do it, then you know the right question to ask. So I think that was a big one that it took me a while to get my head past that. And then the second thing I want to talk about is success is not tied to your worth. Sometimes when we put out a product or we put out a product, a service, something that we've created, and we don't always get the sales on it, maybe the likes on it, it kind of feels as if we failed. It feels personal. And a lot of times it's either our messaging or timing. And then a lot of times those things, they feel like a failure, but really it was just a lesson that you had to learn that steps you to the next one. So they're just those stepping stones. And then sometimes when those things don't go as planned, it's a chance for us to reevaluate it and step back and think, okay, is this just not where I'm supposed to be right now? Or do I just need to, in fact, work harder at it and put in a little bit more? So sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes they're just stepping stones that we were supposed to learn from and get to the next one. So number 2 is success is not tied to your worth. Number 3, let your gut be your guide. A lot of you are in here because you have a creative talent. You provide a creative service. You have an artistic talent. Maybe you're an artist, a maker, creator, baker, that kind of thing. And you already have that skill. And a lot of times we get out into the entrepreneurial world and we see all of these marketing things coming at us because people are really good at marketing these days online. And it ends up kind of veering us from our original plan, that kind of thing. So make sure, trust your gut. If you're like, when we start to put out products, we want those products to be liked. And sometimes we try to please everybody and we end up pleasing nobody. So again, just bring it back. Number 3, bring it back and let your gut be your guide. Number 4, this one probably took me 24 years to learn. I'm kind of a slow learner when it comes to money in my business. Number 4, this one I'm saying to Chelly way in the back. No one regrets raising their prices as they grow. And it's not only okay, but it's actually part of the game. When you first start doing something, making something, creating something, baking something, whatever it might be, you're good at it and you're creative with it. But I guarantee your first one to your 100th one, it's going to look a lot different. It's probably going to be a different quality. It's going to have a different feel. I think every time we make one, we get a little bit better. Every time we create a course, every time we try to help, not try to help, every time you help somebody with a service, that kind of thing. When I started helping people with marketing back in 1997, not as good as it is today in 2024. I had to think about that because my brain is still on the 2025 planner. So again, let me say, nobody ever regrets raising their prices. It's part of the game. And when your gut starts to tell you that maybe this is time, that's when it's time. And then number 5 goes with that one is there is absolutely 200% guarantee this. There is no need for you to justify your price increase when you put out your new prices. Target doesn't call and ask Chelly if they can raise their prices before the cereal goes up and the shampoo goes up and the deodorant goes up. No, they look at it from a business standpoint. They're not emotionally connected to that shampoo and toothpaste that they put out like we maybe are to the things that we bake, create, and make. So, I got to put my hands down. I got to figure out how to shut off these little thumbs. But you know what? I agree with that, StreamYard. Thank you for agreeing with me. So we need to realize that as you get better at whatever it is you're doing, your prices are justifying. But if you put out a post that says, oh, I had to raise my price because of blah, 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 they are starting to judge whether they agree with you. They're starting to decide whether that is justified. And people don't, whenever somebody says something, it's usually coming from within them. So when somebody reads something that you've put out, they are taking that in as in their own world. So whether you think prices are going up and they don't think prices are going up, or whether we're in a recession or everything is becoming more expensive, whatever they believe in their mind is true. So when you try to reason with them, there's no need for you to justify it. You've made a business decision, you've put it out there. And you know what I found is the majority of the time, whenever I rose my prices, no one even noticed. So I'm giving you permission. If you've been thinking about it, today is the day. Okay. So that was number 6. No need to justify your 5 was no need to justify your price increase. And number 6, this one is also kind of hard. I should probably put this on a Post-it note on my monitor, but as you step into the world, in the online world, whether it be craft shows, whether it be a Facebook shop, your own website, Etsy shop, whatever it is, I am here to tell you 100% haters are going to come. It can be the most beautiful thing. You'll have 5,000 loves on that, whatever it is that you just made. And you're going to have one person that comes and hates on it. And 3 weeks later, chances are it's that one doo-doo head that posted that nasty thing is what you're going to remember. If that happens, you can remember this day and this little chit chat and remind yourself to go back and look at those good ones. So little tip, when you're starting to post things and you see those really, really fun or comments that people are like, this is so beautiful. I love how you use, this color, when they add those compliments, screenshot them, start a little like folder on your notes app on your phone so that you can go back and look at them. Because I will 100% guarantee that when you get to that point, haters are going to come at you. But I did hear this week, and I thought this was genius. Those people who are coming at you and criticizing you and putting you down and putting down your product, those people are never in front of you. You will never find somebody ahead of you, wherever you are in your creative business, that's going to be hating on you. So if that happens, I love that, Sarah, feel good folder. But if that happens, make sure you find yourself a new circle. Okay. Whew, that felt like a preach, right? Number 7. This one is also hard. Support doesn't always come. Ooh, it kind of choked me up. Support does not always come from those who love you. There was a time where I was 100% surrounded by people who did not understand anything that had to do with creative talent. 100%. The minute those got out of my circle, I 3 times my business in 1 year. 3 years later, I'd 6 timed it. You know what? Mama was right. The 5 people you hang out with the most really do affect you. Okay. So With that, support doesn't always come from someone that you love. And that also means that sales doesn't always come from someone that you love. Your sister can love you and love what you do, but just not love the color purple that you use on everything that you put together. So she doesn't buy it. That doesn't mean she's not supporting you. That doesn't mean she's not agreeing with you. Thanks, Michelle. I do love it when people agree with me. So it's sometimes hard. It feels disconnected. And maybe it wasn't like my situation was years and years and years ago. Maybe they still love you. They just don't need what you're putting out. Maybe they just don't know how to support you. So just because your sister, aunt, mom, BFF doesn't love or buy everything that you put out or like every post, that's okay. I would step back before you get offended, maybe is the right word with that, and make sure that what you are doing is make sure that they are your actual ideal customer. They can love you and support you, but maybe they just don't need the style of earrings that you make are just not their style. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the style of earrings that you have. So yes, somebody had said, and the comments are scrolling. Let me see. My sister wants everything for free. I'm going to hide that so your sister doesn't see that. But yes, I always say there's certain people that they will never pay me for whatever it is that I'm making or creating or anything like that. But the ones who come at you, it is perfectly okay to say, hey, like, I would love to make that for you. This is what it costs me. This is what I normally charge. And maybe it's to the point where you can say, hey, I can give it to you for this. Would you do me a favor when you get it? Will you share it on your social media and tag my page? Like, there could be an exchange. And sometimes you just have to, like a business owner, step up and say, hey, yeah, I would love to make you one of those. And this is what it cost. Or this is what I would need. Maybe you don't make a profit on them. Maybe they just pay for the supplies and you can donate your time or skill or that kind of thing. And once you get the words for that, it becomes a lot easier. If you need to practice it on your car to go on your way to go pick up your kids, you need to say it out loud, hear yourself saying it and practice it, type it out, come back and read it later. Make sure it sounds as nice as it is that you're trying to deliver it, but as direct as you can. I think that's very helpful. Oh my God, I needed to hear this. Well, I'm glad. I think it's hard when everybody doesn't like our stuff. That self-doubt really does creep in 100%. Megan. Megan says, I have IBS. I can't trust my gut. I'm kind of guessing that you probably are better at trusting your gut than anybody else here. I have somebody very close to me with digestive issues, so I understand that. Also thinking about my own mom and sister, and the three of us have totally different tastes. So it does make, we just need to find those, lean into the people who are your clients, lean into the customers who love it. And when those people who are in your circle don't support you the way you think that they should be, maybe you just need to have a conversation with them too. Okay, that kind of leads to number 8 is that this entrepreneurial thing that we're doing, it is easier with support. And find your tribe. Find the people around you who understand. I always say, my husband is so supportive. And he loves what I'm doing. He calls me a rock star. He calls himself Mr. Chelly if we ever do like lives or he's in my stories, which I think is hilarious. But when my email funnels break or I send out an email with the wrong link, because I'm really good at that, he just doesn't get the pain. But I can text Michelle or the Michelles in my life, and they will 100% get it and get the gut feeling that puts in with you. But now text's getting easier, so that emailing thing isn't quite as painful. But if you are looking for a community, we do have the Creative Business Club, and that is a monthly group. We get together on Zoom. We go through one marketing thing, and then you can take the steps, take the worksheet that we're doing. So it's kind of like getting a session every month, and then implement that in your business and think how much further your business is going to be if you were to walk through a marketing session where you could follow the instructions, check it off on the worksheet. There, we just dropped the link so you guys can go check that out. But then at the end of the Zoom, there's always time for questions, and we'll stay on as long as we need to. So that could be something if you're looking to kind of find your tribe, kind of find your group. And then also, not only will you have that community on the Zoom, but the other ladies in that group are 100% doing what you're doing. Okay, number 9. I think it sounds amazing too. What I loved about it is it's very low time consuming. So you can be a member, you can come in, you can share things that you've done. I love it. It is definitely okay for those just starting out. I would say the majority of the people in the group are just starting out. But yeah, I love how you can jump in there, look at what other people are doing, share what you've been doing, and get some support. We're actually doing a Reels challenge right now. Okay, so number 9, take time to assess the data. There are so many times that I myself make emotional decisions on how many people loved that post or clicked through that ad that I feel defeated. But when I go back and look at some of the stats, I've launched things that did not go, like I've launched things that nobody signed up for. I've launched things that I thought not enough people signed up for. But then when I went back and looked at some of the stats with it, maybe how many people bought compared to last time or whatever it might be, or how long it takes to sell out a product. As you get going, it just kind of gets momentum and it keeps going. So when you're feeling that defeated, you're feeling like nothing's working, take time to go look at the data, go look at the stats, go look at your numbers. You can pull up and see on your social media, how long ago was it before, how many followers or what was my engagement like 3 months ago or 6 months ago, or you can go back into your Etsy shop and look at what did I make this month, last year, or the year before that, or think about the first month you were out, on a website, on Etsy, wherever you're selling your creative products. Think about the first month you were out there and then where you're at today. So pausing and looking at that data and kind of celebrating your wins, I think ties in with number 9. Number 10, take time to work on your business. This is a big thing where you can get overwhelmed. You can get so deep in the trenches of posting and creating and answering comments and shipping out products that you forget to step back and look at all the information, and your products just went up 10%, but you've been charging the same because you didn't take a minute to go and do a CEO type lunch or break or sit down. And this is the big thing with the planner. So I feel like I'm kind of beating on the dead horse, as they say, right? But in the planner, one of the sections is Plan That CEO. Well, I don't actually have mine labeled right now, but I was doing them on the second Thursday of every month. And then I started to do them every week now. So sitting down and just looking at everything that is going on with my business, and where can I lean into and where can I improve that. That is what I mean by work on your business. When you are making the earrings and baking the pastries for your next craft show and scheduling your social media, you're working in your business, but not on your business. Sorry, Barbara, I think I missed that. Can you elaborate? We are just starting, so many things to think about. I want to be 100% ready, but I am never there. And I've been preparing since January and it's still not launched. I'm in my 27th year and I'm still not ready, so it's fine. Megan says, I need friends. She has a fiance and a mom and a son. I need like-minded people. It is. And it doesn't matter that but your BFF, like, she just doesn't get it. I'm lucky enough to have a BFF that is also a business owner, but I have some that aren't. And it's definitely, I don't know. I feel like there's friends in our lives that there's seasons, or not just seasons, but there's phases or just compartments almost that they fit into. So I'm sure if you jump into our Creative Business Club, that's all there are, is people doing what we're doing here. Okay. Let me see. So, number 10, take time to work on your business. Step back and look at it from what I like to call that 30-foot view instead of working on those everyday tasks. And maybe you just set the timer for 30 minutes. If you joined us yesterday, remember our little timers. So, whoops, wrong way. Just set that for 30 minutes and take a few minutes to go through your social medias and your sales pages and your numbers and look at your expenses and let your gut guide you. And it's going to tell you where you need to go from there. And number 11, this again, you can get caught up in your everyday things and make sure that as a business owner, you always have a goal. I know there's a lot of haters out there who hate goals, or there's people who live strategically every minute of every day by a goal. It's okay to be either one of them, somewhere in the middle. But even if you say, I'm not somebody who has a goal, you still have to have something in mind, whether it be an audience, an income, a level of growth, any of those things, because a lot of it's kind of like going on a trip. I'm going to take a vacation with my husband. We're going to leave on Thursday and I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how I'm going to get there. Like that doesn't work. How efficient, how fun, how enjoyable is that going to be? It's not going to get me anywhere. So if you set out and say, I'd like to increase my engagement on my social media. I'd like to work on my keywords over on Etsy so that I get more traffic, and maybe put a number on them. If you haven't heard of them yet, I would check out SMART goals, where it breaks down how to put together a goal so that you can track it. So it has to be, your goal needs this easy way, the SMART goal method. It's, in short, it means your goal needs to be provable in court. So if you come in and say, well, I want to increase my engagement on my Facebook page, what does that look like? Did you want 1%? Did you want 300%? Did you want it increased over 20 years or 20 days? So putting those numbers on there, again, going back to data. Oh, that was my elbow. Did you hear that? Like on number 9, we we're talking about go back to your data. So what can you do? And that way, when it comes back to it, it's not emotional. It's not that people on your page didn't really appreciate you or like you or connect with you. They didn't like your product or your colors of your earrings or whatever it might be. No, it comes back to that data. Did I show up in front of the right person? Because most of the time, if you are out there, if you're at the point where you're watching this video and attending this summit, you know that what you have to make and create, people are already asking for, you're already selling, you just need to get more strategic about it. Okay. Megan says, thanks for the call out. You're welcome. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk today. Yes, we talked about yesterday on our live, Michelle and I from This Law of Life, we talked about using Marco Polo. And it really helped us connect, helps us push each other, helps us stay connected. Yes. Having this, so she's talking about how she's moving to a different state. It definitely, the thing about being a business owner is when those phases in our life, when we need to move, when we need to take care of ailing parents, when we have circumstances in our lives that are pulling us away from our business, when you've taken time to look at your business from that 30-foot view, you can see what you're doing every day that's kind of monotonous, can be put on autopilot. Ask other entrepreneur friends. Like, I spend way too much time doing my shipping labels. I spend way too much time coming up with new products or, whatever it might be. Lean into that circle that can help you so that when you do need to step away, you have that ability. Thank you, Claudia. I appreciate that. I knew if I tried to come up with what that stood for live with the lights of my camera facing, I would have totally butchered it. Yes, at the end of the day, the SMART goal wants you to come up with something that is time specific so that it's provable. So then you can go back and measure, but not only, I don't want you to use that to make you feel like I didn't hit my goal. I always try to push my goal back to what I think I really can make. And I feel like if I fall short, it still feels like a success that way too. Okay, where was I? I'm starting to ramble. I got to pull my notes back up. Work on your business. Always have a goal again. And maybe if you feel like you're not selling, maybe you need more people in your audience. Maybe then when you get those people in your audience, it needs to be an income goal or a growth goal. Maybe you need to get them more engaged. So there's so many different options that could be. And then number 12, work on that goal every single day. Bless you. I don't know if you just heard my husband sneeze. So whether it be 2 minutes, whether it be 3 hours, do something that can help you bring you back to that goal. Okay. What got this one's kind of like a mic drop. If I had one, I would drop it and then like walk away all dramatic, but what got you to this level will not get you to the next. Things are always changing, things are always evolving, and we aren't even talking about the tech. Most of the time, it's just the mindset, even that what got you to this place will not get you to the next one. And knowing, I think that was one of the hardest things I had is I just wanted everything to go on autopilot. I wanted to figure out how to do social media, drop it, and then walk away and let it do itself. That's just never how it goes. Not saying that it's like super hard all the time, but knowing how I'm posting, how I'm sharing, and how I'm showing up today is not going to work in a year from now. All right. Where were we? Number 14. Automate as much as you can. I don't think I'm a control freak. I really don't. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I am. Maybe my husband would disagree. But I always thought, oh, I can just do it. Like I sometimes don't always trust the tech. I feel like maybe I am a control freak on the back end of my business, but the more you can automate, the more time you have for the things that are going to be game changers. Another one I want to talk about, let me see, that was number 14. Number 15, don't wait for perfection. Now, I am not in any shape or form saying put out crappy work. No. But what you put out tomorrow, you're going to think is fabulous tomorrow. And I guarantee you, when you come back a week from now, 4 weeks from now, you're going to look at that and go, 4 years, 27 years, whatever it might be. Like, as I was going through and giving files to my clients who had for some of them for 27 years or longer, I was going through some of the things I'd done for them over the years. I'm like, I don't know why they want these files. I don't know why I still have them, number one. And then I don't know, like, this is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. But at the time, I was really proud of it. So sometimes thinking that this isn't perfect enough is what we're telling ourselves so that we don't have to put it out, so that we can hold on to it. Because once you put it out and somebody doesn't pick it up right away, somebody doesn't buy it right away, subscribe to it right away, it's personally kind of hurtful. Not kind of, it's absolutely hurtful. So it's okay to put it out. Somebody will point something out to you. As we talked about, what was that? And there's always going to be haters, number 6. Somebody will help you get better at it. Yvonne says, thank you. You're welcome. Something I need help coming up with a social media post calendar, and I never know what to post about. Oh, we've got some challenges in our creative business group. But yes, I like to go back and look at the data after you've posted for a while and see what your audience is engaging with and do more of that. And then I know this is probably not the most appropriate book for majority of people, but there's a book called Jab, Jab, Right Hook by Gary Vanderchuk, I think is how you say his name. He has a potty mouth, but the concept behind the book is brilliant. And he talks about you have to have that social aspect in there. So when you go out and you put content out and you're selling, and then dropping a social post, but it should be the opposite. So jab, jab, it's kind of those social posts. And then the right hook is your sales pitch. So when you're posting and you remember, I'm going to show them about the product. I'm going to show them my lifestyle as I create the product. And then that third post is, here it is. You can get the blue one today. Click here. I am an overthinker. You are not alone. Okay. That was number 15, Jab, Jab, Right Hook. Pretty sure it's in my Amazon shop. I listened to it. I listened to it on Audible. I fall asleep when I read. 100% fall asleep when I read. I was reading to my kids when they were. Oh, hold on. Didn't mean to click that. I was reading to my kids when they were little. Guess who's the first one to fall asleep? Like on a little kid's board book, and I'm out all the time. So I have to do Audible. So yes, Jab, Jab, Right Hook. Build a community and trust before selling. Yes, that's another thing. And I think that's where those jab posts come in, because you're showing them that you're making quality products. You're letting them into your lives. And I don't mean that you have to tell them about your children and their birthdays. I mean, I'm a mom that your children never have to come on there. I'm a single mom. I'm married, whatever it is. Very, very good advice. I remind myself done is better than perfect. And sometimes you just have to put it out there. I always tell my daughter, you're not going to get better by thinking about it. You have to go do it. So when you do it, your customers will show you how you can make it better. And a lot of times, if you build the right following, because you're posting and you're showing up authentically on your social media and you're putting out great content, that those people that are coming to your page and coming to your social media are going to be courteous and polite and helpful. And they're going to help you make a product maybe that you didn't even think of. So, which it's almost like I planned it. Number 16, listen to your fans. The questions, the comments, the struggles, they will guide you faster than anything that you can come up with in your head. So although you are a brilliant business owner, you're very creative, designing your earrings, wreaths, tumblers, whatever it might be, the comments and the suggestions and the help or the support, all of that kind of thing that your audience is putting out is going to way better help guide you. Oh, shoot. Rebecca, it looked like that dropped the link into 2 different comments for that book. Okay, so that was 16, listen to your fans. Again, just going back through your social media, we talked about that CEO date. Take some time to go back through your pages and look at what people are saying. Look at how they're commenting. Look at what they're loving, all of that on there. Oh, good. Thank you. I appreciate it. See, this is helpful. Listen to the people showing up, right? Okay, I feel like I say this, number 17, I feel like I say this every week. And the things I have seen in the last 27 years, 90% of success is going to come from believing in you and your product. 10% is going to come from your skill. I think I made those numbers up, but according to what I see and feel with helping creatives with their marketing, being an entrepreneur myself, everybody can figure out a funnel. Hundreds of people can put graphic designs, on a t-shirt and sell them in an Etsy shop. Are they doing it? Are they showing up the way you're showing up? And those who are ahead of you, are you showing up like they're showing up? And why? And chances are it comes down to that imposter syndrome. I don't think I can do it. What if I try to do it and nobody buys? If I just got $1 every time I thought that, I'd be living in a mansion right now. So 90% believing in you is going to be the first thing. Like I'm going to make this work. I don't have a choice. My car needs new tires. My kids need shoes. My cat needs a new cat bed, whoever you're providing for. That drive is what is going to make you figure it out. Okay. And this one, 100% must believe in this before you join the Creative Business Club. I want you to be the tide. It's not on how far you've come, but how many you're going to lift along the way. I think I was like all chatty and clicked on that. So the rising tides rides all ship. I've been saying this, I think, at every one of the summits. This is our 4th year. We've called them the Craft Business Summit, but a lot of people are doing digital and they're doing printables or online kind of things. So not so much the making and the creating, and kind of a good mix of both, I guess. So putting that out there, as in, are you uplifting your customers? Not just the people around you and other entrepreneurs around you, but a lot of times we are making a product that brings joy. It's a Mother's Day present. It's a graduation present. It's a, oh, my elbow again. Can you guys hear that cracking? I'm falling apart right now. Okay, so be the tide. It's not how far you come, but how you lift up others along the way. And if you are, I heard this saying the other day, and I was trying to think of how it went, but I don't know the exact saying, so I'm going to butcher it, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. But when you're putting yourself out there and you're putting your product out there, and you're number one focusing on the customer and how it brings joy to them and all of that, and not the money side, not how many did I sell this month, although you need to know that kind of stuff. But when you put it together and you put that out there, it is going to, it's going to deliver itself. So putting those fans first is one of the ways that you can do that. So showing up and putting out your products, putting out your earrings to bring joy to somebody is going to be a lot more effective than just posting and really kind of cringing and hoping that somebody buys them every time. Believe in you before anybody else does. That maybe should have been the very last one. How many people are posting or sharing or not posting or not sharing their products in fear on how somebody's going to react to it? But what if next time you have that thought, I want you to think of Chelly in her purple shirt on this 20 things I wish I knew before. But what if there's somebody out there waiting? What if in your mind you're thinking, somebody's looking for this and I'm going to make their day. I'm going to make their life easier. I'm going to bring joy. I'm going to make them stop looking for, I put them in the other room. But the earrings I had on yesterday with the black and white stripes, I can't tell you how many times I Googled Etsy for a pair of those because I wanted black and white striped earrings to match the cardigan that I had. So what if before you drop those earrings, that wreath, that tumbler, that new ebook, whatever, what if you thought about that? And you can call your customer Chelly, and you can be like, Chelly's looking for this. Here you go, Chelly. And then write that copy, write that social media post, become your own AI. All right, number 20. Take a break. Are you guys tired? What time are we at here? 43 minutes. Wow. I thought this was going to be another 15-minute session. Okay. Number 20. Take a break, and that you remember you're bigger than the algorithm. So a lot of times we feel that pressure that we have to go out there, we have to show up, we have to be on the social medias and all the things, and we can never shut it off. But sometimes when I stop and take a break, I maybe need to learn to stop and take a break and not go to the kitchen for a snack, but that's another story. That's another session for another day. But what if you just took a break, walk away? How many people come back refreshed? How many people come back feeling like, oh, this is so much easier? Maybe I just need to shut it off for the day, get up and start fresh tonight and the next morning. And I do have one more at the very end of my list here. That was number 20. Number 21 is find your people. Find your business BFF. Find your ideal customer. Find your suppliers, the people who are providing the earring pieces, or I'm kind of stuck on earrings today. I don't know why. But find those people, and those connections are going to be a huge and game changer for just how your business works in whole. Okay. Lee says, I'm nervous about copycat items. How do we manage similar items to someone else? This above all keeps me from doing anything on social media or online. I think it depends on, okay, tell us what you make, and then I can lean into that. Again, I think this is probably some sort of fear insider situation that's covering up something else. I say that like I'm some kind of counselor or something, but is that really why we not want to put it out there? Or do we just need to find some information to better educate us so that we don't put out information that's not copy, copyright infringement? And then that really didn't come out right. But so that you're not putting out things that you should be putting out, but then also if we spend our time not posting, and I just had this conversation the other day with an artist, every time you put out your artwork, you've got something splattered all across the top of it that says this belongs to so and so, because you don't want anybody to copy it. But you know what? You really can't see the artwork that way. So not only are you deterring copying, and you know what? Now with AI, it doesn't help. Like you can put that watermark all over the whole entire thing. And I probably in Photoshop could get rid of it in about 15 seconds. So what if you posted that beautiful piece of artwork, maybe put a little logo on it? Someone's going to copy it, no matter how much you do. Someone could come along and do that. I'm not saying that they're going to, but they very well could. But what if you put it out and worded, put the graphic together, put the copy together so that it pushed out and only spoke to that person who is going to buy it? Imagine how much faster your business would grow. It's kind of that law of, what they call the law of attraction, or what you put out comes back. So if you put out saying that I'm trying to deter people from copying this, are you going to get people who are looking at copying it? Or if you put it out and frame the text and the copy and the graphics, how you display them, so that your ideal customer knows they can buy it from you, I guarantee you're probably going to sell a lot more that way. Brooke says, I know of a well-known jewelry designer who doesn't watch other designers so that she isn't influenced. That is a very good idea. Yes. And it comes back to, and I've heard this my whole entire creative career, the last 30 some years, is there's no new ideas. We're just putting our own little spin on it. And sometimes there are ugly people, I'm not going to lie, and they do bring you down. But if you spend, that thought process is holding you back. So figure out what it is you're afraid that's going to be copyright and have that infringement. Educate yourself on it a little bit more and then move forward. So that's your next CEO to-do list assignment from Teacher Chelly. I need a written list of these points so I can post them on my wall as a reminder. Maybe I'll put the list in our Facebook group. And then I will list it we'll post a link to it so that you guys, I love that you found them helpful. So I will put that together. I would drop it in the comments, then you guys could copy it, but I kind of think that the YouTube comments would cut off. I think they have a character limit. So we're finding out. All right. What do you guys think? Do you feel inspired? Are you going to go out and rule the world after we're done here? I'm also curious what you guys think of the sessions. Who's had time to watch? What's your favorite session so far? Whoops, let me see. Think of someone who copies you as a compliment. That's true. It may be the sales, your people will buy from you first. They really will. And sometimes that copier just never gets anywhere. I will say, if you're worried about creating things that are copyright infringement type things, just don't do anything that's somebody else's brand. So don't do anything with Disney. I don't care if 40,000 other people are doing it. Don't do anything with Disney unless you have a license from them. And if you do have a license, you should contact me, because I would love to have you on next year's Creativepreneur Summit. And then if you'd be willing to talk about how you got that, because I'm guessing the moral of that story is I paid thousands and thousands of dollars. But yes, so just don't do anything with somebody else's brand. And if you can do a movie quote or a song quote and use those words, and what song they came from, I think that can be also an infringement. I'm not a lawyer. I suggest that you contact a lawyer for legal advice on that, but that is kind of my rule of thumb anyway. Yes, we need to get out of our own heads. And I have to say that 3 of these on here kind of choked me up. Hopefully that wasn't too obvious because they were so talking. Chelly was talking to herself today. It's nice to see others in the same boat. That is so funny because that you say that because Michelle that was on here yesterday with me, we always talk about when I got rid of my graphic design business, I was burning the boat because I was coming to the island right here with We Can Make That. And I tell you what, sometimes that burning boat got a little lonely. Sometimes it's a little bit smoldering, still burning. And sometimes it feels like the boat's sinking. I feel like I'm talking in metaphor today. Let me see. I did see another question here. Brooke says she watched 10 Ways to Make Money from Your Artwork, and it was great. Danielle is amazing. I'm in a mastermind with about 10 of us. There's like 10 of us in there, and she is the one who organized it. Very creative. If you've been in Hobby Lobby, those kind of things. Kirkland's, she's had artwork. She's an amazing hand letterer, and she's had her products in there. Let me see. Laurinda says, I'm confused about where to watch the sessions. Okay, so if you should have gotten an email from us this morning. If you're in the Facebook group, there is a pinned post in there, and it will take you to an agenda page. And then every day on that agenda page, you'll be able to scroll down to the days. There's 3 days listed. There's a little bit of information, housekeeping. Scroll down after that, and it has a button that goes to a page for each day. So if you ever lose it, you don't know, you don't get day 2 email or day 3 email, you can just go back to that agenda page. And it was also linked in all of our emails that have gone out. So your welcome email, all of that. Okay, let me see. Oh, I'm glad that you loved the session. I'm glad that it maybe got somebody thinking, somebody out of their own way, right? Oops. Do you want to put that question back up? I think I clicked on one the same time you did, Rebecca, and then we both canceled each other out. ERA Creatives has only got through 2 sessions so far and loved learning new things. I'm glad it's been helpful. I'm loving this live. I'm so glad, Megan. Been part of a few lives before, and this one is really hitting home. That's good. A lot of times when I create this event, I find sessions that I need pep talks that I need, and I try to put them out. So tomorrow, you guys can come to that counseling session for me, but we're calling it the live for day 2 called What to Do When You Have Burnout. That one's going to be a lot of fun. Have I missed Daniel Stringer's episode? I thought they started tomorrow. Nope, they start today. Today is day 1, and there should be an email. If you're in the Facebook group, it is pinned to the top, and that is the session we were just talking about with the 10 ways to make money from your artwork, I think it was called. So if you need help finding, if you don't see an email, you can message me on Facebook. You can message We Can Make That. I don't always see it on my own personal, but if you message We Can Make That, and then we can make sure you get it, or you can send an email to hello@wecanmakethat.me. And if you don't hear back from the email within 24 hours, in the January event, we had a lot of people who said they emailed us and we never got them, or we got them, but then we replied and they didn't get our replies. So if you don't hear back in 24 hours, send us a Facebook message and we'll make sure that we connect. I'm not ignoring you. 100% not ignoring you. So if you've messaged us and haven't heard back, please message again. We use an app for our emails so that me and then my team, so that we can communicate with you guys. And sometimes things get missed because we all know technology only works when it wants to, right? Let me see. Jamie says she watched the Procreate one, really amazing. Also the Instagram one, and they were both really good. Yes, the speakers did not hold back this time. Oh my God. I was late because I tried to burn down my kitchen. That does not sound good. I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sure everybody's okay. And I hope there wasn't any damage. I hope that was just um, an attempt that caught your eye, right? Um, yes, I think that was the one I had brought up earlier. Wonderful ideas. Um, can't wait to dig in. Yes, if you get your designs from Creative Fabrica, like um, Jeanette says, that is a good way to make sure. I don't do anything as a well-known brand because I'm terrified of getting sued and losing everything. That so happens. And it happens more times than you think. I post some. Yes. I think the more you do it, but not all because of that thought. Okay, I saw your second message. Yes. And the more you do it, the more you start putting yourself out there, the more you show up authentically and not trying to hide behind your brand. That's also another game changer. License, yeah. I know we can almost have a whole entire session on copyright, right? Lines from movies. How do you manipulate social media like Facebook with all the problems of algorithms? I have found the game changer for this for myself is to ignore the algorithm. And what I mean by that is show up, do what you need to do, show up and post would how you want to connect with your customer, how you want to connect with your follower, how you want to find more followers, and it will showing up authentically will outmap the algorithms every single time. You can show up like when reels started coming out and everybody was dancing and people started dancing and people kept dancing and people kept growing and their accounts grew. But depending on what you're selling and depending on what you're putting out there, what you want followers for, pleasing that algorithm, getting those views for those type of videos probably didn't get you to your end goal. It maybe increased your followers, maybe depending on how you danced and how you pivoted that trend, it could end up paying off. But showing up authentically and helping your customers with what they need help with is definitely um, a game changer for the algorithms. How do you manage learning so many new things at once? Photography, product design, graphic design, accounting. I ignore my accounting. No, just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. Actually, I kind of do more than I should, but that's another story. I would sit down with your CEO date, sit down once a month and look at what you've got going on. Look at where you feel like this is really, this part over here, this accounting over here is really like weighing on me. It's making me unorganized, as in, if that accounting starts to fall off, you don't know what your products cost. You don't know if you're losing money. You don't know now that your supplies have gone up. And, so that business aspect, when you look at the full picture, you realize, you know what? I'm probably losing money by not going back and doing my accounting and staying on top of it. Or I have tons and tons of traffic to my Etsy shop and nobody's buying. Do I need to go look at my product design? Like, do I need to take a step back and look at your Facebook page, look at your Instagram page, look at your Etsy shop, your Shopify store, and overview? Do you think, you know what, from somebody who's never seen my products before, I need to get better at photography. You can't see the details on the earrings. You can't really tell what colors those shirts are I'm making or the extra glitter and fun I put on those tumblers. So stepping back to that CEO, to the person who's in charge of your business, and really looking at where can I make more of a change, and that will help. And then also in that process, you're going to realize, okay, I was posting like this over here, and look at how many new followers I have, or look at how much my engagement went up. I need to do more of that. So looking at the data is going to help you go into that. Do you delete the hater comments? Sometimes I do. If they're just downright nasty, um, Sometimes your fans will go after them for you. Some people say, hey, a comment engagement is engagement, but I also say, um, I want to keep my house clean. I mean, I don't. Let's be real. Right now, my kitchen looks like a tornado went through it. But what if somebody else comes along who's a hater too, and they're like, oh, we can get away with comments over here, and then they just add more comments like that. So I say 99% of the time I will delete them. They're playing whack-a-mole in the fridge making. That is so funny. I just saw a reel the other day where it was those boxes and it was actual people and they were playing whack-a-mole. So that made me think of that, but that's hilarious. Okay, yep, we talked about that one, but that is out today. Danielle's is one of the sessions. And you have until 10 o'clock Central Time Tuesday morning to watch. And then those ones will go away and the new batch will drop for you. I watched the subscription box video and it was great. That was Julie Ball, for those who are wondering. I ended my subscription box last year with the intention of restarting. So this was inspiring and helpful to get that going again. Good. I love it. And she has an amazing giveaway. I think it's like a $1,400 giveaway. Do we have the giveaway link handy we could drop? So yeah, make sure you go register for that one. I met her, Michelle and I were talking about this yesterday. We met her at Business Boutique with Christy Wright and the Dave Ramsey event that they used to host. They don't host it anymore. And we think it was 2018 or 2019. And we met Julie at that event. Thank you. I appreciate it. We will not be deleting your comment. I enjoy every video. Yes, Patrick is amazing from Caesar. And I always watch his videos, but learn from everyone today. Every time Patrick goes live, sometimes I feel like when I see videos online as a creator myself, I find it hard to sit down and watch videos. I'm tired. I'm not going to lie. I'm tired. But I always know when Patrick's dropping one, Chelly better jump on it because it's probably got some really good information. Yes, Tiffany, I'm glad I got the VIP. I'm glad you did too. The amount of bonuses in this year's VIP, they're pretty amazing. There's one of them, I think there's a couple courses, master classes. Words are hard when I'm live and I can't think of what the other ones. Anyway, there's a lot of resources in there that are worth like $100 or more. That's why our bonus pack and the whole VIP ticket is worth over $2,000. But in June, I'm going to be doing a 2-day event, which is kind of like the Creativepreneur Summit Part 2.0, kind of an accountability group from it. We're going to take what you learned, see what you've been implementing. We're going to have some kind of next lesson, next level, or kind of almost, did you do that? And did you reevaluate it? And is it working? And here's how you move forward. So this is what you should be doing every mid-year. So your mid-year review as the CEO of your creative business. And we're going to go through 2 days of sessions. And if you have the VIP for this event that I'm talking at right now, this Creativepreneur Summit, May 19th, you get the VIP package for that. So I just included it with there and you guys get to come, you'll get the replays, you'll get the bonuses from there and the worksheets and all that. You can come for free if you're here for free and you want to come to that one for free. And then we're just showing up on Zoom, doing the sessions, and then we will put them in the portal for the VIP users. But it's nice so that you get that one-on-one. So instead of watching that talking head on that video, like sometimes this is one of the things that really held me back is I'd go to these different sessions, I'd watch these YouTubes or, buy somebody's course, but I'd always have like this little batch of questions and I didn't even know how to ask them or to get to that next level. So I thought, let's do a session that's going to move the needle for some. So we're going to do that June. If it goes well, we'll do it every June. But that's a $37 event that you guys can get a ticket to. If you have the VIP for this, the early bird sale for the Creativepreneur Summit VIP is $47. And then, like I said, it includes the June bootcamp VIP. So it's kind of a no-brainer. I'm not good at math, but I wanted to make that one easy even for Chelly. Okay. What are some of the reasons you would choose Caesar over Cricut? I learned on Cricut. It was really hard for Chelly to switch, but I can't say I've switched. It's kind of like saying which child do you like better. Sometimes you like one more than the other. No, I'm just kidding. I always joke with my kids about that. But I have the Romeo back here. It's a 24-inch cutter. You can cut without a mat. And I have the Cricut 3. I have the Cricut Maker. I don't have the Cricut Maker 3, which you can cut on their smart vinyl without a mat. So that's kind of the difference between it. There's a learning curve, and once you get past that learning curve, the Caesar cuts a little bit better. I don't like to talk bad about products. I think everybody kind of has their own little window, and everybody has a seat at the table. Everybody gets to play. But it's quieter. I wish I'd have had the Caesar one when my kids were little and trying to nap, and I was hiding it in the basements, and then I had to run upstairs and see if the babies were awake. But those days are long past. My babies are in college. But yeah, it's the Romeo. There is 2 giveaways that have a Romeo right now on the giveaway page. See, it's like a party. Did you see those balloons, or was that just on my screen? I think because Rebecca's making a face, I'm guessing that she can see him too. Yeah, it is like a party. So yeah, there's Jennifer Sanderson. She did a session for us, and she's giving away her silk screening kits and a Romeo, and then Caesar's giving away a Romeo. So make sure you go register for those. Okay. It's crazy. I love it. How can you not? Like, everybody's going to remember that business name. That's genius. Okay. I get the VIP pass for all the events because of the bonuses. They're always worth the price. They really are. And I comprehend things better when I feel like there's not a timer. That's just how Chelly's brain works. Thank you, Lee. I think I said your name right. If not, I apologize. And being Chelly with a CH, short for Michelle. So now you'll understand why I spell it that way. So yes, there is a ticket link in the comments. You can still grab the bonus VIPs for this event until Wednesday for $47. Otherwise, it goes up to $97 for that $2,000 package. You'll have all the replays, lifetime, instant access to everything. The Creativepreneur boot camp in June is the 10th and the 11th. It's a Monday and a Tuesday. And if you have the VIP ticket, then you're going to have the replays, so you don't have to worry about showing up. Claudia is new with her Cricut. Yes. I do love, with the Juliet and the Romeo, there's also software that goes with it, which is called Leonardo. So if you saw Patrick's live that we did on May 6th, there is a replay of that on my YouTube channel, but he talks about how they are from the Caesar is actually in Italy, and then so that's where the Romeo Leonardo, but they have a free version and then a paid version. If you're designing SVGs, I think you will really, really, really love the flexibility in Leonardo. It is, I always use Illustrator, and they're getting to be on very much the same level. A lot more creativity, a lot more tweaking that you cannot do with that other machine back there. I don't want to name any names. I think Maker 3, but ready to venture and learn the Caesar machines. Did you guys see let me see if I have that. I do have that. I don't think I put this one in our chat. So I'm going to drop this one, Rebecca, but we'll see if it keeps it all together, because sometimes the comments get a little weird. But Caesar has put together a collaboration with Happy Crafters, which if you haven't been to their site, it's lovely. I have an order ready to go. I just need to go through and see what else I need. But they're doing a 10% off, and you can get 10% off machines. So if you're looking at getting a Romeo or the Juliet cutting machine, they're just so pretty. They are coming up with a stand for this guy because he's taking up way too much counter space. But it is amazing the things that you can cut. If you're making stickers for people, or you want to cut, maybe you're doing signs, you're doing items for craft show, and you're cutting like 10 things at once. You have to keep pausing and loading the mat. Their software is built to help you be more efficient when you're cutting out products, bigger products, mass products. And then also it cuts, working on another project, which I thought I had on my desk, but it's a little keychain, and I was cutting out some words for it. I was very impressed on how well that cut out that tiny little font. But anyway, 10% off, happy crafters. Use Caesar XHC10. It's in the comments. And then there's a little link that you can click on to get there. The link for Creative Studio giveaway. I think, was it the Smart Creative Studio? I think they were talking about one on her post in the Facebook group. But do you want to message us if you find that link? We would love to fix it, but I'm not sure. There was another giveaway that went to a link that didn't have her giveaway, and we got that one fixed this morning or this afternoon or this weekend. I don't remember. Time is all running together right now for Chelly. Oh, thanks for joining us, Megan. Yes, you do. You do want the Romeo. He's kind of fun. He's kind of a fun coworker. He's a little bit more productive than my cat coworker. Can the Caesar also cut paper? Mm-hmm. Yes, it can. And they just released an embossing blade, words again, an embossing blade and a score. So yeah, cuts paper very well too. And there is a mat with it. You can get a mat with it. And then you can also get rolls of vinyl. So way more cost effective than buying 12 or 24-inch sheets is to get the roll. Let me see. Printed, yes. She says, I did print and cut without the mat. It's amazing. Which would you recommend, Romeo or Juliet? If you have the space, go big or go home. Right? I mean, if you are, I mean, it really depends on what you think you're going to use it for. If you have a business, I would 100% get the Romeo. Because as your business increases, have you seen those reels that people have on Instagram where they've got like 4 crickets going and they're all buzzing and mats are flying? And why don't you just get a Romeo? Because then, it's 24. So you could really, and then you buy the rolls, you could really cut enough for 4 different mats all at once, and it cuts faster. So imagine how much content how much product you could create. Yes, Caesar vinyl by the yards. And I also love on the back end of their software in Leonardo, there's a whole section just for products. It'll tell you how to wash them. It'll tell you what they should go on. It'll tell you if you're just using an iron or if you're using a heat press. It gives you those instructions. They could not have made it any simpler to craft. And when I came across their site, I was like, it's all I buy now. Everything is 100% Caesar. And I had a shirt that I made, a t-shirt I made with a witty saying on it. And I washed it yesterday, didn't even make it to the dryer, and absolutely everything fell off. And it was not Caesar vinyl. I don't think that Caesar has a phone support, but they do have a group. And they are you in our Facebook group? If you their team, actually, I think like half a dozen members of their team are in our Facebook group. Go post your questions and tag Caesar North America. And they're amazing. at how they connect and how they help you. And when I first got my Romeo, my Wi-Fi didn't like it, or not that they didn't like it, but they weren't talking well. And I was like, I'm not updating my modem. And they helped me figure out how to cut so I didn't have to connect it with a cord because it's so far away from my computer here. But they were amazing. Amazing. They're really good at answering emails during the week. So that could be something if you need some help on. Are the present Bob, are the presentations available anywhere on YouTube? I'm trying to cast them onto my TV. The live sessions are all going to be on YouTube. So the one yesterday and then today, and then the next 2 days at 2:00 Central Time, there'll be one on there. But the other ones are all on the website. So I guess if you have a computer or something, you could stream it to that. But yeah, the free sessions are all set up on our website. You're welcome, Megan. Thank you so much. Is there a booklet in the box with the machines to tell you? There is some content, but they also, in their Leonardo, in their software, there's a whole, like one of the windows is where you design, one of the windows is where you can find files, one of the windows is where you can find projects if you just want to create and don't want to think about what you want to create. And then there's another one that is all tutorials. So it's amazing how well it's organized. And that's the same way for their all of their support has been products, all of that. Whoops, I think I was going the wrong way. Is there a steep learning curve? I've been designing in Illustrator. I don't do a lot of designing in Adobe Illustrator. I don't do a lot of designing in Design Space for the Cricut. So there could be, I feel like a lot of if you've used one, the only difference I think is where everything is located, or what they are very similar names, but just figuring out where it's located. So to me, if you know, put my phones down. For me, if you know that you want to weld or you want to find a font, if you know those terms, I don't think it'll be a huge learning curve. I think my problem is when I jump in to use it and I'm in a hurry, then I have trouble with it. But Chelly does not like change at all. Okay. I think we got through all the comments. What do you use if you don't use Design Space? So I use Design Space to cut with the Cricut, but I do the designing of the files in Illustrator. So I'm sorry if that did not come out clear. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Melody. See, it's just rising tides, rising all ships. Okay, let's pick a winner. Do you want to throw a comment in there? Let's give away our ebook. I have a not Caesar, but I heard terrible things about the program, so I haven't used it. The Caesar software, yes, I think you would enjoy. When you give yourself that break, don't try to use it if you have to cut something out and get to a birthday party in 30 minutes and you haven't used it. That's going to make you use bad words. But if you take time, be like, okay, I'm going to go watch this tutorial. I'm going to do what she needs to do, and then you'll learn it. I think it's just hard because I've used Cricut for my youngest just turned 21. So I want to say, did they come out in 2006 or something like that? All right. So we picked the ebook, and our winner is Megan McBride. So do you want to send an email to hello@wecanmakethat.me, and we will make sure that you get your link to the ebook. Yes, if you're creating SVGs, I really think that you will like Leonardo. And that's why I invited them to come be a sponsor of this summit, because it's very reasonable. I think it's $9 a month for the pro version. And I think on his session there was, yeah. So if you go to Patrick's session today, you'll find maybe some fun things at the bottom of his. I know there was a couple links with his, and off the top of my head now I can't remember what they are. Yes, and the other one, if you follow Swift Creek Ellie Mae, she's on YouTube. Sometimes she's on here, maybe she's even on here, but I met her last summer at an event, and she is great. She's been using it for quite a while too. So, and she's very good at tech, and she's very good at explaining tech. I'm all like, you click the button third from the left, but she actually knows the knows the names. She's so, yeah, you will love her. And she has a group with Caesar and Silhouette. She started with Silhouette and then does a lot with the Caesar machines. Okay, so whoops, comments are flying. You're welcome, Megan, and make sure that you send us an email and we will get you that link. And then I want to give away a VIP pass. So who does not have a VIP pass yet? Raise your hand. Yes, Ellie is amazing. Is this event only for vinyl makers? No. There are tons of makers, creators, bakers in this event, attending this event, but the majority of them, it's really the creative business owner. I know that there's affiliate market people in here. There are service providers. So if you're doing digital products, if you're making patterns for sewing, that kind of thing. So yeah, there is, I think we kind of got into a lot of vinyl talking about the Romeo and then Caesar, because they are our sponsor. Megan, so now that you've won the ebook, if you could email us at hello@wecanmakethat.me, and then we'll make sure we get you the link. Okay, let's go ahead and grab a VIP winner, and then we will drum roll. We get a drum roll. I'm waiting. Random comment. Random comment pulling. So you're welcome. This has been fun. It's been a fun chat. It's been inspiring. And I feel like I'm in the situation right now after planning a summit. It takes a lot of hours. It takes a lot of time. And chatting through some of those things, I think, was helpful for Chelly's brain, who is a little bit on overwhelm right now. All right. So we will give away a VIP ticket, and then come back here tomorrow at 2:00 again. We'll have another session with Sarah McDaniel. If you've seen Magnolia Network, she has redone some houses in Minden. I got to stay in one of them in February. Absolutely beautiful. She's so incredibly talented. And if you need a place to stay, they are the best place I've ever stayed at. Any hotel, any resort, anywhere. Not that I travel a whole ton, but anyway, she's coming to talk about overwhelm with us. Michelle Beaton from Weekend Craft, who was in the chat a little bit ago. I bet she's working. We were talking about all the things she has on her to-do list right now. So she does crafts and recipes, very successful blog. And then our third speaker for the Overwhelm tomorrow, Overwhelm and Burnout, is Carianne Wood, and she has Thistlewood Farms. Very cute blog, and a lot of fun home decor things. Her style, I think, is just beautiful. Okay, let me put this in the chat so that the winner. Okay, we have a winner now. So I have no idea how to say this name. Sorry. I'm going to call you Bob. if you would send us an email, and if you don't hear back, by the end of the day, we will email you back. I'm here. I just have to do some laundry, checking messages, making sure that you guys get help when you need help. Oh, there we go. And then we will send you the link. So we'll send you a link. You can sign in. And then if those who won yesterday, if you did not find your reply that we sent you, then you could reach out to us again too. Okay, this replay is in here until the 22nd, and then it will be in the VIP portal. So if you're a VIP ticket holder, you can come back and watch this. And I will try to put together a little checklist for you guys to download and keep all the notes. I mean, I went to all that trouble to write them down, so what the heck? Let's share, right? Yay! Okay. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for coming to this year's summit. We did have an email that somebody said, can I share this event with my friend? So you can't invite them to the Facebook group because they have to be registered. So you put in your email before you get into the Facebook group. If we don't find you, then then you can't get in there. But let's drop the registration link into the comments. You can click on that and share that with a friend. Because again, if you have somebody who is kind of in the same business, not in the same business, but the same mindset, like if they're trying to sell their things that they make, bake, create, and you are too, you're going to find it a lot easier to connect, to find support that way. So HTTPS, you should be able to click this in the comments if you can find it. It is pinned with the description too. So you can register, and then we will see you over in the Facebook group. And tomorrow we will see you at 2 o'clock Central Time. Thanks, everyone.